It's extremely selfless, and some people don't like that, but I actually personally love that. Um, sometimes people don't know your name or anything like that, but you know when you make a good block, your teammates know when you make a good block, or pick up a blitz or something like that. And I really like that part of the game. You don't have to be, all crazy and showy. You don't score the touchdowns. You don't get any of the love in the newspaper, which is completely fine with me.
My favorite thing to do is pull. And I like to pull and get in the open field and smash the linebacker or smash the safety. That's my favorite thing to do. I don't know why. It just is. Just the real aggression of the game is just what I really love about it.
Working on where your feet are going at all the time, hand placement. You always want to keep your hands inside to avoid flags and grabbing face masks and all that. But those are small things that you can do to improve your game.
With center, the fundamentals of that is just having your good hand placement on the ball, which is just like in a shotgun snap, it's like you're throwing the ball basically, you know what I mean? And releasing right above the ankles, and you'll have a perfect snap, you know what I mean? My coach always taught me to wear the kind of tall socks and release right at the top of the socks, and it'll be right at the chest every time. And under center, kind of flip the ball over so they have the laces in their hands when you give it to the quarterback. And tilt the ball a little bit so you don't have to make that little range of motion, because it's all about time and getting the ball off. So tilting that ball and then snapping as fast as you can. And
I think one of the most important things that you can develop growing up is being able to play with good pad level. Get a good bend in your knees and fit on guys with low pad level. It's going to be something that you're going to continue to need to improve on throughout your levels of playing.
Footwork is what we're all based on, you know what I mean? Footwork is us as linemen, you know what I mean? We're made or break as 1 foot is wrong, you know what I mean? You can be 6 inches off and be too wide, or 6 inches too short and be caught up and get knocked over. So those little increments count for everything.
Playing offensive line, going against the defensive line, you're in tight spaces. You're working in small enclosed areas, and you got to be able to navigate with your feet. Your feet are your greatest weapon, other than your hands at offensive line.
It's a great position. You get to have fun. It's more of like I said, it's a teamwork. You have to work together, and it's fun. It's exciting. I mean, they're the most important players on the field, not the quarterback, not the running back. You need the offensive line. So.
The offensive linemen don't always get as much recognition as everybody else, the guys that get the balls in their hand, but oftentimes we get a great opportunity to block for those guys, and you can kind of take credit for some of the things that they do, because a lot of times the game rests in your hands.
It's fun. You get to make contact every play. Other positions, you don't necessarily make contact every single play. You just get to show how much more dominant you are than other people. Other positions, you may not get that chance, and it's just competing every play. If you want to compete every single play, then offensive line is a position for you.
Especially as an offensive lineman, you got to know what 5 guys are doing every play and what they do if it changes like that in a heartbeat. One thing you could do this, they could make it. The defense could make a change, completely switch the whole thing around, and you got to be able to react before you're snapping the ball or before your quarterback says go or whatever it is. You got to be able to adjust, and you got to be smart and quick on your feet. Not only in terms of actually quick on your feet, but also in the mind.
Football helps with academics based on just discipline, you know what I mean? And with West Virginia, it was always, you had to show up to work, you know what I mean? You show up to work, you show up to class, everything runs together. If you take a day off from class and you're not ready to go to practice, you know what I mean? If you are in class all day and you're focused, ready to go, that's going to transfer over to the field and in the meeting rooms and stuff like that. And the way school transferred to football for me was just being disciplined again, you know what I mean? Just knowing that I had to study for that test and knowing that I have to study and get those plays down, and you get an A or you get to start, you know what I mean? It kind of runs hand in hand.
You have to be intelligent to be a good football player. If taking care of business off the field is going to help you work hard on the field. So staying in your books, study as hard as you can. It'll show on the football field when you're playing.
Keep your feet on the ground. use your hands. Use your hands and keep them moving. Keep your feet moving. It's all about hands and feet. Hands and feet. It's just footwork. If your footwork's good and your hands are good, then you're in a good position.
Never give up, because no matter what happens on the field, you make a bad play or something goes wrong, you got to move on to the next play. And if you never give up, and you develop that attitude, then you're going to succeed in life in whatever you do.
Heads up,
Eyes up. See who you're blocking.